Hi friends, it's Joshua again. Tonight we're going to be making Japanese for dinner. This is a Japanese fast food favorite. It's called chicken katsu, and I've got a few tricks to make it a little bit easier, a little bit healthier, a little bit less deep fried. All you're gonna need for this recipe is 2 boneless, skinless chicken thighs, 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs, 1/4 of a cup of plain flour, 1 large egg, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, and then another tablespoon of vegetable oil, 75 grams of a mixed salad leaf blend, and salt and pepper for taste. I'm also gonna serve this on some jasmine rice that's in the rice cooker. And then there's a couple of sauces that also go along with this. You can buy these from a shop or you can make them yourself, and I'll put a recipe for both of those in the description, and we'll get to that towards the end. First thing I'm gonna do is get the oven going. This is gonna go to about 170 fan forced, and I'm gonna turn my rice cooker on as well. So like we did with the puff pastry recipe, and then it's time to take out your frustrations. I like to think about, I don't know, income inequality, police reform, things like that. We're gonna flatten out the chicken thighs to make sure they're even thickness. Now I did something else earlier with the chicken thighs about 2 or 3 hours ago. I just brined them in some salt, pepper, and some chili flakes before we start cooking. So you don't have to go too crazy with it. And then just repeat that with the other piece of chicken thigh. And now it's time to get the chicken going. So I'm going to get the stovetop on. That's about medium-high heat. I'm gonna put in all of that oil and let that come up to temperature. I'm gonna spread out the panko on a bigger plate. Then I'm gonna pour the plain flour. So in another bowl goes that tablespoon of vegetable oil, and then I'm gonna crack in the egg. Salt and pepper in the egg mixture. This all gets whisked together. And then there we go. So you take a piece of the chicken, that goes in the flour and gets coated. Then with the egg, making sure it's all fully coated, and then into the panko. And then this goes into the oil. I'm gonna shallow fry that for about 3 minutes on each side, and I'm gonna get going on the other piece of chicken in the meantime. And I'm wanting that bottom side to just be golden brown as I flip it. And then another 3 minutes on that side. I'm just gonna put this on a paper towel to drain, and then we get on with the other chicken. So I'm going to shallow fry it, and then I'm gonna stick it in the oven to let the oven finish the cooking process. Flip that to the other side now. So while the other side's frying, my rice cooker's just finished. I'm going to add a special ingredient to the rice that's very common in Japanese food, this magical chili powder called togarashi. Just gonna sprinkle a little bit of it on top, and then give that all a mix through. And then that can sit in the rice cooker until we're ready to plate. Then that's gonna get a lid, and that goes in the oven. It's gonna stay in the oven for about 15-20 minutes or so, just until the chicken's fully cooked through, and then we will plate everything. Okay, the chicken's done. I'm gonna get it out of the oven. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So you just cut this into straight pieces. It's beautifully cooked in the middle. I'm gonna take some of the rice. Put the chicken on top. So traditionally this gets served with a type of Japanese barbecue sauce called Tonkatsu. You can definitely buy this in a shop, but it's also super easy to make with ingredients that you're probably gonna have at home anyway, especially if you eat a lot of Japanese food. So I'll throw the recipe for that in the description as well. So this just gets a generous drizzle. Then the salad. Again, this gets served with a roast sesame dressing that you can definitely buy in a shop, or you can make it at home, and I'll put the ingredients for that in the description too. And then our dressing. And then I'm just gonna finish that with a bit of the togarashi on top of the chicken. And there we go, Japanese chicken katsu with a homemade tonkatsu sauce. Have to get a bit of the chicken. That crunch is so good. You would absolutely believe that was takeaway. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna finish the meal before my outro. Thank you for watching as always. If you enjoyed this, you know the drill by now. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, give me recipe ideas, suggestions, things you wanna see. Any tips and tricks of your own. Dinner time for me. Have a good night, everyone.